Hi there, I'm Pam Carr and I'm going to show you how to make this pair of fingerless gloves. I've got them tied together because these are from my market stall, but they're called the short and chunky fingerless gloves and they're really easy to make, and you can make them in all kinds of styles. Like I've done some multicolored ones here. Once you know how to make them, you can color block them in the pattern that I have on my blog and on my Etsy shop. It shows you how to do the color blocked ones, where it actually starts a little bit lower, one row down, and you can make color blocks. So they're really stylish and lots of fun for winter, and also they make amazing Christmas gifts. So what you're going to need to make your short and chunky fingerless gloves is I've got Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick. That's what I use. It's a number 6 super bulky yarn. And it comes in lots of different colors, as I've shown you. Like you can get this blue, you can get white, you can get an oatmeal. This is the oatmeal. This is the rust, which is really popular as well. Black. You can get every color that you would like, really. Lots of beautiful colors. So you need Lion Brand or a number 6 weight Thick and Quick yarn, a 10mm hook. This one is an N. You'll find some hooks ends are 9. Hooks are funny how they size, but 10mm is good to go. A yarn hook, a yarn needle, sorry, and a pair of scissors. And that's all you need to get going on your short and chunky fingerless gloves. So to start off, you need to make a slip knot. And the way that I make a slip knot is I wrap the yarn around my finger twice, with the tail, leave a tail, pull the back over to the front, pull the back over to the front, over top of that other one, and then you have a little hole there where your finger is, and you can stick your hook in and pull it, and you have your slip knot. Okay? I'm going to ask you to please subscribe if you like my videos, and there's lots of other videos on my channel for making hats and bralettes and different things like that, as well as stitch tutorials. So we are going to start by chaining. For the small size, you're going to chain 13, and I like to chain quite loosely just to make sure it can go over your wrist. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now if you don't know how to chain or how to do single crochets, I do have video tutorials on my channel which walk you through how to do that really slowly. So you should be able to just pop on over to one of those videos and have a little practice with that, and then you're ready to go. I just had to untangle my yarn. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that this is lying flat, not twisted, lying flat, and we're going to leave our hook through that end loop, and we are going to find the first chain, and we're going to stick our hook in there, wrap the yarn over, pull it through, and pull it through. And now we have our loop, which is going to be where our hand can go into the glove. Okay? So we're going to chain 1, wrap the yarn over and pull it through, chain 1, and then we're going to go into the first hole there, and we're going to push our hook in, wrap the yarn over, pull it through, wrap the yarn over, pull it through 2. That is a single crochet in US terms, okay? So then we're going to go into the next chain, stick our hook in, wrap the yarn over, pull it through, wrap the yarn over, pull it through 2, then into the next, wrap the yarn over, pull it through, wrap the yarn over, pull it through 2, all the way around. So we've got 1, 2, 3, count as you're doing it, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And here's where you have to look, and you'll see where it jumps up here. There's a little step up. That's where you did the chain 1. And there is your first single crochet right there. And this is where we're going to put our hook between the two, wrap the yarn over, pull it through, and pull it through again. That's a slip stitch, and that's created the first round of our fingerless gloves. Now we're going to put the yarn over and pull it through. That's called a chain 1. And we are going to go in. Now this is to stop the slanty seam on your glove, because if you go into this one, you're going to get the slanty seam. So what I like to do is I like to more or less go in. You'll see right there, this is where we did our chain 1. We're going to go right into there, and we're going to do our first single crochet. And that's why you have to count, because when you get to the end, it might look like you haven't done enough. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And now it looks like you've got a stitch there, right? We're not going to go into that one because we're going to skip over it and go right into the top of our very first stitch, which is like you see the little step up. You're going to go in there. And that kind of pulls it all across and stops you getting a weird slanty look to your gloves, okay? So we chain 1 and we do another round. Once again, we are going right into that first hole, and don't pull it really tight. Don't make it really, really tight. These have to be nice, loose stitches for your gloves, okay? So you put your hook in, wrap the yarn over, pull it up. There's a single crochet, and count 13 more around this row. 13 in total, sorry. That was your first one. And here's the 13th one. Just finishing it off. And you see we have this gap. That's totally okay. Do not go into that gap as long as you've counted 13. And you can always check by going to the first one you did, and there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and there's your 13th one in there. So now we're going to take this and we're going to skip over that one, and we're going to go into the top of this one and pull it through. So that's 3 rows done, just like that. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go to the end of the 8th round, okay? And then I'm going to ask you to come back. I'm going to go up to the end of the 8th round. Okay, so now we've got to the end of our 8th row, and you can tell by counting the rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And to make it easier, you can always count the little bumps on the side of the row. You see how there's little bumps here? So you could count 1 bump, 2 bumps, 3 bumps, 4 bumps, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we're going to chain 1. And we are going to single crochet into the very first one, as we've been doing all along. And we are going to chain 2. 1, 2. And then we're going to skip 2 of the stitches. So this is 1 stitch, 2 stitches, and we are going to single crochet into the 3rd one. And that's going to make our thumb hole, okay? So we single crochet into the next one and the next 9 stitches. That's 1. Now we're going to go up, we're going to make 10 altogether. 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 altogether. The first one was after the chain 2, so that was 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we are going to skip that funny little one there and go right into the top of this one, where we did our chain 1 to start with, okay? And now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to single crochet into that first one right there. And then we're going to do 2 single crochets over that chain 2, over the top of our thumb hole. 1, 2, okay? And now we're going to single crochet into the next 10, which is this one right here, the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And remember, you can pause the video if I'm going too fast, okay? Then we're going to skip there and go right over to that little step up where we did our first stitch and slip stitch in to join it. Now we're going to chain 1, and we're just going to single crochet all around our 13 stitches as before, always counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And once again, we've got that gap and we go into the top. So that's finished row 11. Okay, because 8 was the one where you did the hole, 9 was the one where we went over top of the hole, and this is row 10. And I need you to do row 11, 12, and 13 in just the same way. Come back to me there because that's the glove finished, okay? So now I've finished row 13. I'm just going to put my hook into the top of the first stitch and join them with a slip stitch, and then I'm going to cut the yarn and pull it through like that and pull it tight, and that is your first glove. Now I'll put it on like this so you can see it, okay? And that is your first. Hope you can see that, okay? Okay. Now we have to get our yarn needle and we're going to do the finishing bits, okay? So I like to turn it over, put my yarn needle in. I like to hold the yarn over the needle like this so that it gets tight and pinch it, and then you can push it through the needle eye quite easily. This is super chunky, so it sometimes takes a bit of pulling through. There. Okay, and what I like to do when I'm doing my finishing is I push it into that first stitch there and then kind of bring it up and pull it, and that kind of makes the knot disappear in there. Okay, and then I can run it down here. The thing about weaving ends in is to go in different directions. Maybe 2 or 3 different directions. And that way it doesn't come undone on you. Okay. And then you do the same at the other end, where you've got this piece, tail. And we're going to put it, thread your needle. This is the chain end, and it's a little bit different, okay? It doesn't look the same. So often I'll just go right into the back straight away. Pull it through, and then I'm going to go along here, and then back up towards the top. 3 different directions is good to go. Sometimes you can do more. It depends on how many times you want to do it. And then trim that off. I like to pull it tight there. And that is, and you can see there is a little bit of a seam that you can see here, but it's not too obvious, and that's because we did that where we went right into the very first hole and we kind of skipped over the last one to join it up. Now, when you do your second glove, when you get to the part where you're going to be putting in your thumb, you need to do your 10 single crochets first on row 9, and then skip 2, chain 2, skip 2, go into the next stitch, and you'll have 1 at the end. We reverse it so that the other looks different, okay? So I'll make a note of that down below. But so when you get to row 9 on your other hand, you just don't want to just single crochet into the first stitch, then skip 2 and chain 2. You need to single crochet into 10, and then chain 2, skip 2, single crochet 1, and join it up. All right, and then we do the same 13 rows in each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If you would like it longer, you can go longer. Okay, so that's the basic short and chunky fingerless gloves, and I hope you enjoy the video, and please subscribe, and yeah, click the like button if you like it, and check out some of my other videos here on YouTube. Thank you very much. I'm Pam Carr.